And in many cases, that would save their life. Chimborazo Civil War Hospital. Bring me your pencil.
Okay.
One example of a Civil War hospital was Chimborazo. Known as the Hospital on the Hill, which opened in 1861 in Richmond, Virginia. It could treat up to 3,000 wounded soldiers at a time. So that's a lot of people that are being amputated, being worked on. They're having their arms sawed off, their legs sawed off, maybe a couple of fingers or toes. There's piles of arms and legs out the windows, piles of fingers out the windows. There's blood stains on the beds, blood stains on the floor. There's yellow and green pus everywhere. Now notice it's the hospital on the hill, which makes it really convenient. They can clean the area by rolling the arms and the legs down the hill. They can put the bloody rags down the hill, the pus and the blood. You ever heard of a mudslide where it rains a lot and the mud goes down the hill? They have a gore slide down the hill of, arms and legs and fingers and toes and blood and pus and bandages and bed clothing and stuff. And they just wash it on down the hill. And of course, when it was snowing, then that would make for some pretty. Let me see your pen. That was fun. And then they go sledding down the hill, and they'd have to sled and have all the blood and the pus and the appendages. It's kind of nasty, to do that. It was a Confederate Civil War hospital. One of the deadliest types of wounds which a Civil War soldier could receive was from a mini-ball bullet, which was designed to pierce the flesh and explode inside the body, causing maximum damage.
Major damage.
Civil War hospital tools. The tools available at Civil War hospitals were very different from what you would see in a hospital today. I mean, nowadays they've got laser surgery and they have robotic surgery and they have antibiotics and all sorts of cleansers and all sorts of things. Many wounds were deep because they'd be impaled by the bayonet and they just run them straight on through and tear their guts out. Combat was brutal and often man-to-man. If they ran out of bullets, they'd carve them up with a knife and just, bore out their guts on the floor. Now what you see here are some of the surgical instruments that they would use. They would use these poking devices for exploratory surgery to take out the pieces of the bullets that exploded inside the body through the weight. And they would use that to poke around to find the pieces of the bullets that they would need to remove. Then they'd use these scraping devices to scrape the flesh away. And then they'd use these tweezer devices to pull out the pieces of the shrapnel. This here was to twist the bone to get it out of the way, to yank out the bullets. Sometimes by twisting the bone, it would just straight up break it in two. And then this here was the bone saw. And what they'd used for the bone saw was for amputation. To remove the arm or remove the leg, they would use the bone saw. This here is a reenactment.
You got it. Okay, buddy.
Of the reenactment of the amputation. Now, we're going to continue with the rest of